Okay, let's make sure this is working. It feels like it's been a little while since I've been live. Good morning, good morning. Okay, let me just grab my water. Oh, I need my cut and emboss machine. All right, good morning. Sorry, I forgot my cut and emboss machine on the other side of my craft room. I have it now. Good morning. Hello, Sonia. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Keisha. Hello, Linda. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Joy. Oh, I'm so glad this is working. It feels like it's been ages since I've done a live, but I think it's just been 2 weeks. Good morning, Margaret Ann. Hello over on YouTube. Good morning, Nicole. Oh, this is wonderful. So nice to see so many friends jumping on. I'm not drinking coffee today because I'm a little under the weather and I should probably drink lots of water. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to be showing you a really beautiful card featuring our new collection of products called Fitting Florets. So stay tuned because I'm going to share with you this gorgeous card. And then I'm also going to share with you a way that you can get 8 free tutorials featuring this entire collection of products. So please continue to say hello as you're jumping in. If you're watching the replay, please let me know in the comments. Good morning, Shonda. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Debbie. Hello, my friend Shannon. It's been forever. Good morning, Janice. Janice says, just change the goofy clocks. I know. Let's get fitting. Okay, so the time change, it really messes with me. And even though I think we technically got an extra hour of sleep, it's just like I'm so tired. It also doesn't help that I'm sick. So, I apologize. I'm going to try really hard to get through today's live without having like a major coughing fit, but we've got something going through our house. Not that I want to jinx him, but my husband is the only one that hasn't been hit yet. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Allison. Hello, Deborah. Oh, it's okay, Kathy. Don't worry. Okay. Well, let's hopefully hope that's out of the way. Good morning, Shirley. Okay, yes, I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry about last week. To be really honest, Sundays are generally our whole weekends are very busy with the kids, but I also haven't been feeling well on a number of different levels. I'm not going to go into it, but I've just been really kind of in this season of really kind of taking care of myself because I think it's something that I don't know about all of you, but as a mom and working full time and a wife and all the things, it can get very not easy, but you can very quickly forget about taking care of your own needs. And then it kind of catches up to you maybe when you least expect it. And I think that might be what's happening with me. But one of the things that I have found has helped me throughout, especially the last little while, is crafting and just going back to creating and being in a kind of creative zone and being able to create things that I can share with others. So this is one of my ways of just taking care of myself, is being here with all of you. And so I hope that I can inspire you with a really pretty card that I created featuring the Fitting Florets Collection. Now, let me tell you about this collection. It is available for a limited time. That means the whole collection is available for the limited time. And I'm going to show you the products included in it. Now, if you don't want to see what the finished card looks like, look away, but I'm going to show you in the small screen here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, hopefully, let's see here. Nope, we're going the wrong way. There we go. We're centered now. So this is the Fitting Florets Collection. And if you don't want to see the card that I'm going to be making, please look away because I'm about to show it to you. Okay. So look away in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is the card. Of course, I had to put pink on it. Like if you don't know me or if this is your first time watching, which by the way, if it's your first time watching, pop that in the comments so we can all welcome you. But also if you do know me, I'm obsessed with pink. So I feel like we need like a little support group for those of us that just need all the things pink. But I'm going to show you how to create that card. But let's talk first about this collection. So it's available from November 1st to January 4th, 2023. There are some products that will be returning in our January to June mini catalog, but there are also some products that are limited time only. And one of them is like, it's a must have. And I feel like everybody needs to have this paper in their lives. Okay. So first we have the framed florets stamp set and the framed florets dies. So let me show you the stamp set. One of the things that caught my eye right away about this, let me see if I can get rid of this weird glare. I don't know. Hopefully that helps a little. One of the things that caught my eye really quickly about the stamp set is the font. So I'm a real sucker for really beautiful fonts, and I love this scripty font here. And it's one of those things where, I don't know, when you have a really good font that just you connect with it, I feel like I just want to keep creating with this stamp set. And then of course it doesn't hurt that it has beautiful florals and some beautiful greenery here. So the images are like line drawn, and then we have some big fonts here and then some other smaller ones here. So celebrate, just a little reminder that you are loved, for a special person on a special day. So lucky to call you friend. Thank you with all my heart, and wishes for a beautiful birthday. Okay. So kind of covers you across a lot of different occasions. And I love all occasion stamp sets. I also really love stamp sets that have sentiments and images, because then you really could kind of operate with just one stamp set. Now, the other thing about that goes with this bundle is the framed florets dies. And one of the things that I got really excited about, and you can think I'm cheesy for this if you'd like, but I love that it has ovals. So we used to have a stitched shapes dies or framelits, and they used to have ovals with like a beautiful stitching around it. And then they retired those, and they came out with the stylish shapes dies, which are great. They're amazing. One of my most favorite set of dies, but they don't have ovals. And so I was really excited to see that we have ovals back. And then also in this die set, there are some dies that will cut out images in the stamp set, but also will cut out images in the designer series paper. Okay. So really good set of dies. There are a total of 13 dies in here. And I'll just show you kind of a few of the dies that you will get when you die cut them. So there's this beautiful ornate frame here. You can see it in the 3 different colors. And when I was creating with it, used the inner part of the oval. And so I just kind of am storing these outer ones, but you can see how beautiful they are. So they'll cut two dies for you when you run this through. You'll get the inner oval and then the outer frame. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out this lighting. It feels a bit dark. And then we have this one here, which has this. So this is the inner die for this one. Okay. So you can see the inner the inner oval and the outer one. So when you run this through, you get 2 die cuts. Okay. Then we have this one here, and I'll be using this on my card today. Again, you'll get another inner oval. So you can use both together, or you can use just one and save the other. And this is the size of the oval that would be on the inside here. Okay. And then we have some sprigs, and just so there's so many different dies and things that you could do to add detail to your cards. But I'm pretty excited about the fact that we have ovals. So I will show you how to use some of those dies today. And I'm going to really quickly try and go through the rest of the items in this collection so that we can get started with crafting. So I hope that you guys have a little bit of patience to hang out with me for a bit. Now we have a couple of limited time products in this collection. Okay. So we have the gold adhesive back swirls, which look like this. Okay. So there are these little, let me take it out of the plastic. There are these swirls. And I don't know if you can see the detail very well as I bring it closer, but they really are swirly, and they're gold, and they go really nicely with the paper in this suite. And the paper, I think, is the showstopper. Okay. So the swirls, the paper, and there's an additional stamp set that is a limited time product and only available till January or while supplies last. This paper, my friends, is just stunning. Okay. So it has some really beautiful floral patterns. As I mentioned, the dies will cut out some of the florals in here. And then there's this beautiful leafy one. I've seen a lot of really nice Christmas cards with this. And then we've got some with a mixture of the green and the blue. We've got some smaller flowers. We've got this one here with the sprigs, and then again, more of the florals. And then on the back side, we have these smaller patterns. We have the gingham and then this little tiny florals, all sorts of fun, different patterns. This one here is beautiful as well with the green leaves. And then, of course, we have the pink and the balmy blue. Okay, so the paper is limited time offer. It's 12 by 12, and you get 2 of each sheet in your paper pack. I would highly suggest you stock up on this. I have this weird feeling this one is going to sell out fast. I've already bought 2 packs, and I am going to be getting more for sure. The last thing in this collection, good morning, Maureen. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments here. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I haven't missed any questions. If you have questions, put them into the comments and I will get back to them. The next item that we have that's part of this collection, and this is limited time, is this framed and festive stamp set. So I saw a few of you say in the comments that you really love the font. Well, here's like more of the font, all of, and all Christmas sentiments. So Merry Christmas, fa la la la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, from our home to yours, from all of us, Noel. May this season be filled with peace and joy, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. And there are a couple in here that you could use for other occasions as well. So the from all of us or from our home to yours, this would be a really nice host gift. So a lot of different sentiments in there. Now this one is a cling stamp set, so it's red rubber, and the font is just stunning, as you know. So okay, let's get started with our card. Couple of things though, really quickly. If you order this bundle through me, or if you order the collection, you are going to get a tutorial bundle for free from me, and it's something that I designed with my friend Jamie. You guys know that I love partnering with her. So we designed 8 different cards, and we are offering it in a tutorial bundle. And what this will do is prevent you from having that creative block. So you will be able to start using your bundle right away with project ideas that have measurements, photos, instructions, all the things. So if you decide to order this bundle, you will get this for free from me. And I will be also offering it just for sale. So I know some of you are already demonstrators and that you have already probably ordered this bundle yourself. So if you are looking for the creative inspiration, I will be sharing information about that in my email going out this week. So make sure you sign up for my mailing list. And I just realized I don't have the link for that ready. So message me if you want the link to sign up for my email list, and I will be providing information about how you can get that tutorial bundle for free. Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm trying to be a trooper. I missed it last week as well. And I'm not really good at and once I'm up, especially in the morning, I'm not really good about like lying in bed and just chilling. So I figured, let me craft. So let's get started with this card. Okay, so I've got my pieces cut out. So I'm using a thick white card base, and this is already scored. So I love to use my Stampin' Trimmer, and I use the scoring blade to score my cardstock. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to burnish that. Okay, so we've got that done there. And then I used the stitched greenery die to create a really beautiful background. You can see what the back looks like here. I don't think I would use the back side of that. It's not, I don't find it as crisp, I guess, as the front side. So I love this background. It's kind of like embossing, but it actually does pierce your cardstock. And so I use that to create the background. And then we're going to do some die cutting, okay? So I mentioned to you earlier that the dies will cut out some of the images in the designer series paper. So I've cut this piece out here, and then I'm also going to do some fussy cutting so we can hang out and chit chat while I'm fussy cutting. So let's start by doing our die cutting. And then we can move the cut and emboss machine out of the way. So I've got this here. And then I'm also going to use this die here to cut out the flowers, okay? So let's just tuck all of this. So what I do when I have lots of extra die cut pieces is I'll just grab one of our clear cellophane envelopes, which I happen to have a pack here. So I just use our clear medium envelopes, and then I'll just tuck all of my extras in there. And then I just keep it with my die envelope. Okay, so that's one way if you have kind of extra pieces that you can store them and use them for later, especially if you're like needing a quick card on the go. You can just grab one of your extra die cut pieces from there. Okay, so we'll put that there. Let's grab the cut and emboss machine and we'll do some die cutting here. So this little cold that we have in our house, I so far have not tested positive for COVID, so I'm assuming I don't have it. Started with my son. He went trick-or-treating on Monday, and then the next morning he woke up and was coughing, but he didn't have a fever or anything at the time. Sorry, I'll just stop really quickly and tell you. I'm die cutting just this white oval here, and you'll see that this is going to actually give us 2 die cuts, and I'll be using both on the card. So yeah, he woke up on Tuesday and had a little bit of a cough, but I tested him. He was negative and no other symptoms. So I sent him to school. And then by noon, he was texting and saying, "Mom, I don't feel good. My chest is on fire. It hurts to cough." All the things. So then we ended up bringing him home, and he's been sick for like 4 days. Just a really bad nagging cough. And then 2 days ago, I started to get it. So my daughter has also had a little bit of a cough. And then my older son, Zachary, just woke up this morning and he said his lungs were hurting. He had hockey last night. And he managed to get through the game, but this morning he woke up and he was not feeling well. Okay, what I'm doing here, I apologize again for this weird glare, is I've got this piece cut out from the designer series paper, and I'm just lining up my die. Let me bring it a little closer here. So I'm lining up my die, and then I'm going to use my Post-it tape. You guys know I love Post-it tape to hold the dies in place. And this just prevents it from slipping when you actually go to put it through the cut and emboss machine, which sometimes can happen, especially if your plates are not brand new and they're a little warped. And then I'm just going to run this through. Okay. All right, so we've got this done. I can move my cut and emboss machine out of the way. Okay, and then we'll keep this aside. All right, so that's done there, and I'll move these dies out of the way so that I don't lose them. So we've got some of our pieces ready to go. You can see the 2 ovals that were cut from that one die cut, and then we've got our die cut flowers. And now I'm going to do some fussy cutting. And while I do that, I'm going to chat with you about this new show that I watched. Some of you might have seen it too if you're Netflix fans. My Netflix account will always recommend, things that are new. And so I was seeing this title come up a few times when I was on Netflix, and it's called From Scratch. So tell me in the comments if any of you have watched From Scratch. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but if you can handle a little bit of crying, or a lot if you're me, I would highly recommend this show. It's just so beautifully written, like just incredible love story, beautiful scenery. And I think it will tell you this in the description, but it's about this woman who falls in love with a chef in Italy, and it just takes you through their life together. And I finished it last night. Not gonna lie, it was a little teary, but it was just a beautiful show. The acting, the story, just like on so many different levels, it was just beautiful. So highly recommend it. You will want Kleenex. Even my husband was a little teary. He might not be thrilled that I'm sharing that, but even he was teary. So anyways, I'm fussy cutting now, and I'm going to just share with you some tips here. So when you're fussy cutting, you're just going to kind of like ever so slightly start to close your blades, but I'm turning with my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand. And that's actually helping me with the direction, okay? So you don't need to do little snips or anything like that. Our paper snips are perfect for fussy cutting. And this is very relaxing. I find fussy cutting very relaxing now that I, have these kind of strategies for doing it. And so when you don't have a matching die, for an image that you want to cut, fussy cutting is a really good way to do that. And if you have the right scissors, it's so easy. All right. Okay. So tell me in the comments, have any of you watched it? Have any of you watched from scratch? If so, I would love to hear what you think. But don't give anything away. I was literally unwell while I was watching it. Not just like a cold unwell, but like ugly crying at some points. Okay. Shannon loves fussy cutting too. That's my girl. Okay. So I've got my pieces here. We are ready to start assembling, but first I want to stamp. So I'm going to use a different stamp from the set, and it's called Thank You With All My, not called, it says Thank You With All My Heart. And so I'm going to stamp this, and I'm stamping it in Evening Evergreen. Okay. I really inked up my block a little more than I had hoped. And I'm just going to quickly clean them off, actually. I think my chamois probably needs a little bit of dampening, but knowing me, I'll put my hand right onto this stamp and get ink all over me. Okay, so I'll clean that better later. The other thing I'm going to do while I am assembling is I want these to dry. So one of the tricks, which many of you might already know, is you can actually make your rhinestone jewels any color you want. I chose not to use the gold swirls on this card. I wanted to kind of keep with the color scheme. So I'm going to use my Evening Evergreen Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to color some of these rhinestones. So I'm going to do one of each size. Okay, so I'm going to color those in, and I'll use those later, but I just want them to dry while I am assembling my card. So I'm going to use a couple of different adhesives. I will use my Stampin' Seal. Excuse me. I'm going to, oh, Elizabeth's asking, am I the only one that cramps out with fussy cutting for too long? No, I have had hand cramps before, but what I will say is now that I do it a little differently, so just really kind of gently easing the blades of the snips closed while I'm turning with my left hand, I do notice less cramping. So give that a try. And certainly, I mean, if I'm just cutting one or two things, I don't feel the cramping, but I'm sure if I was to do like, 8 or 10 of those flowers, I may need breaks in between. So it could also be volume, the number of things that you're fussy cutting. Oh, Joy is icing a birthday cake while watching. Look at you multitasking, lady. Okay, so I am just putting some liquid glue. I think the liquid glue probably works better on this narrow oval frame. And I'm going to set this down first, and I'm just kind of like trying to center it. What's great about the liquid glue is you have a little bit of time to shift things if you need to, just to make it even. So I'm going to set that down, and then I'll use my liquid glue again to set down the sentiment. Okay. And then when you look at that, you can kind of decide where you are going to put your floral. So I think I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put this one down here. And then I'm going to put this one up here. So I'm using slightly different flowers from the first one that I did. And I'm going to use my dimensionals to pop these up a little bit. Shirley says she can fussy cut for the evening. Yeah, it's so relaxing. It's like coloring. If you like coloring, it can be just such a relaxing activity. And now I've given you a recommendation of a show to watch. So you can do that. You can fussy cut all the flowers while you're watching TV. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of linen thread. So here's one of the things I like to do is I'll just put some adhesive on the back of my flower here. And I'm just going to wind this around my fingers like 3 times. And sorry for the sniffling and the coughing, my friends. And I'm just going to, so I'm going to wind that again. And I'm just going to kind of twist it into like a figure 8. just so that a little bit of it is peeking out the sides. And let's put that little end here. Okay, I think I kind of like that. Okay, then I'm just going to trim off the end, and now I'm going to add my dimensionals. So putting the adhesive down just helps it to stick to the back of the image, and then you can reinforce a bit with the dimensionals and stick it down like that. Okay, so for those of you that don't love tying bows, this is a really good way to use your ribbon and your linen thread, is just kind of wind it and stick it behind. So the card is almost done. We're now going to just grab our rhinestones and we'll pop them on. So I'm going to do this medium one at the top here. And then I'm going to do two small, well, sorry, one small, and then this large one right here. And that is it. The card is done. I'll show you the original. And here is the, let me show you close up. So here's the original. The only difference is that I used a different flower from the designer series paper. This one here it's a smaller flower arrangement, and then it just has some other colors in it. So that is the card. I would love to know what you guys think of this. I would love to know if it's something that you could see yourself making. What's really great about this suite of products and this particular card is you can adapt it and do it in so many different color schemes. So you guys know my love of pink. I chose to use Blushing Bride as the background piece, but you could do so many different things with it. And you could even have a colored card base and use a white background, and then just kind of use a different frame color. So many different possibilities with this card, but you can see that it's a very, very simple layout. The dies and the paper really do a lot of the heavy lifting in the card. So I hope that this inspires you, and I hope that you will consider getting this suite. If you do decide to order it through me, as I mentioned, you will get an 8 tutorial bundle of including there's a Christmas card also included in it, but one of them is a fun fold and lots of different inspiration for this particular suite. So remember that the Fitting Florets collection with the limited time items are available until January 2023. The bundle itself, so the framed florets stamp set and coordinating dies, will be returning in our January to June mini catalog. So I'm just going to pause and see if there are any questions. Yes, Blushing Bride. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad that you like it. Lots of comments saying they love the card. Yes, Shirley. If you watch that show, you definitely want to keep Kleenex close by. Sorry, Shirley, I had missed your question. I'm glad that I answered your question. Yeah, no problem. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I hope that you find some time to do things that you love, because it is so, so important to be doing that. And please let me know if you have any questions. I'll pop some links in the description so that if you want to check out this bundle, or if you want to sign up for my mailing list, or if you have any other questions, you can let me know. I hope you all have a great day, and we will see you all soon. Bye.